Alright everybody, so hello and welcome one more time to On The Play TV. My name is Nick, I'm hosting as always a Magic the Gathering video for you guys. Today we're playing Red-Green Ponza in Historic Best of 3 Mythic environment. Before we start today, I have a little bit of an announcement to make. So I gratefully announce Gamers Finest, which is my local LGS, as a sponsor. They came across with a little bit of a sponsoring over to me, and so they handed me a Kaldheim Prerelease pack and also a Time Spirals booster and a Double Masters booster, which I decided not to keep for myself. I am gonna make a giveaway special at 100 subs, which is gonna be hopefully, which is gonna be soon, and maybe you can call yourself the owner of one of those soon. So we make first place and second place and third place. So as we get sooner to 100 subs, I'm gonna be coming across with more information about that giveaway special. Gamers Finest is an awesome game store, so if you ever come across Salzburg, you have to pay them a visit for sure. You can have a legendary cheese and ham toast with jalapenos over there. You can enjoy a drink or two. It's an amazing lounge, and they're there for you with questions. Like, everybody there is involved in gaming, and they're like really cool guys. Check out their homepage. I'm gonna link it in the description as well. We're gonna make my first giveaway special. I'm pretty excited about it. I have to say that we have to limit this for Europe, sadly, because I looked up what the shipment is to the United States. So it's 40 bucks. So wherever you're watching from, like, I hope you're not disappointed, and I apologize because like we can't simply not afford to make this giveaway special worldwide, because like the shipment is just too expensive for that. Without any further ado, let's jump into some gameplay and jump into the deck tech and jump into the guide. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can hopefully start with the giveaway soon, and enjoy the video. Alright, so this is the list that I want to present you today, that we're going to play today. I already made a video about Ponza. If you have missed it, really check it out. It's on the channel as well. The deck got me into MIQ qualifier last season, which I ended up playing 1-3 in sealed, which is a little bit sad, but next time we're going to do better for sure in historic next month. And I already talked about this just a little bit, but I really wanted to include Waking the Trolls in the Ponza deck. And you guys seem to be quite interested in this kind of content, so I decided to give this deck another spin. I kind of reworked it a little bit, also the sideboard, and so this is the list I can present you today that you can play with, and I had done pretty decent with it. Generally, the basic game plan is to ramp up pretty fast, to play big payoff cards, top the curve with Ugin the Spirit Dragon and wipe the board completely and win from there. We start the game off with cheap 2-mana ramp spells, so we skip turn 3. We play turn 2 Explore, 4 copies of it, turn 2 Wolfwillow Haven or a Mind Stone. If this isn't enough, we also have the Cultivate to ramp even further in the early game. On turn 4, we want to jam Goblin Ruin Blaster to destroy the first land, or to play Chandra Torture Defiance. Like, if I play a red deck, I also play Chandra Torture Defiance. I think this card is pretty amazing. It's got everything: card advantage, ramp, damage to creatures, board control, and a game-winning emblem. That's pretty exciting. We play 12 ramp spells, excluding Chandra and excluding Escape to the Wilds as early acceleration. 3 copies of Shatterskull Smashing, and wow, in this deck it really shines. Like, with that much ramp, like, you get it off for X is 6 basically every game, or basically all the time. 4 copies of Goblin Ruin Blaster is one of the best, or maybe the best land destruction spell right now in Historic. I want to say that we are getting Stone Rain finally in Strixhaven. So I'm so fucking stoked. I can't even tell you. Like, I'm so excited about the Stone Rain. So this is gonna improve the Ponza angle by a decent margin, I wanna say. So we will see how this deck changes. Like, because if you have a 3-mana land destruction spell, you wanna have a turn 1 ramp, right? So this is gonna maybe be a Llanowar Elves deck then. We will see about that though. Still, so for now we play this version, and to make you even more excited about Stone Rain inclusion. So yeah, Goblin Ruin Blaster maybe for now the best land destruction card in Historic. We played 2 copies of Valakut Awakening. Hey, this was an overperformer actually, so sweet. You're gonna have a lot of mana, and sometimes all you need is just a board wipe to really stabilize and win the game from there, and then you just Valakut Awakening like 3 or 4 lands. You draw 5 cards with this, like 5 fresh cards with this, and has basically really done a great job in card selection in this deck, because it's also a land, right? We play 3 Anger of the Gods in the main. You don't have a chance if you don't have board wipes in the main deck. You lose too many game ones where opponent has just creatures, right? Ramping up to Ugin is very fast in this deck, but it's not fast enough, believe me, that you can spare these board wipes. So at least in my experience. 2 copies of Nissa, who shakes the world, can help us ramp up. Also has like slots in a little bit of this middle place, because we have early acceleration and ramp. Then we have like in the middle these kind of cards before we can get up to Ugin. And Nissa helps us ramping up to Ugin. So the creatures Nissa produces with the +1 are colorless. So if you down tick on the Ugin, they survive this down tick. And this is pretty important, of course. So because if you wipe the board completely and you wipe everything you have also, then Ugin is there with like 3 loyalty counters. And then if they have just a Planeswalker removal spell, you're gonna start from scratch again, and you don't want that to happen. So you have to at least something has to survive, right? And Nissanens do that, so that's pretty good. Escape to the Wilds, you're playing 3 copies of. This is 5 mana, draw 5 player, extra land, basically. Yeah, this is just a great spell in this deck, and you don't want to play less copies, I guess. 3 copies of Waking the Trolls. This card is so freaking sweet. I love it. It's a lot of fun to play with. It is probably a little bit slow still. I was debating whether or not I want to include a Vorinclex, which could speed this up, right? Because if you have the Vorinclex, play this, destroy a land, immediately get it, and next turn you're gonna make the trolls. But I have no idea where to slot it. Also, it's another 6 drop, so probably a little bit hard to include. I don't know what else to cut, so Vorinclex for now not in the deck, but it's a consideration, and you can play a Vorinclex version of this for sure. 3 copies of Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Like, we're playing 3 offs, all the payoffs. You want to hit one every game. Like, you want to reliably draw at Ugin. That's your end boss. Like, that's your game-winning card, and you don't want to play 2, I think, because like then the chance that you draw at least 1 every game is significantly lower. You need this to finish off. Like, I start so many games where I'm like, okay, so I've seen opponent playing turn 1 land creature, and I'm like, okay, so this is a Ugin game, right? So what I'm gonna do is defend myself until I find Ugin, jam Ugin minus, and I win the game. Yeah, Waking the Trolls, as I said, like if you can destroy 1 or 2 lands with Ruin Blasters, and then go ahead and just destroy even more lands with the Waking the Trolls. Like, there's also the Sultai Yorion decks, and the Sultai Yorion decks, you know what they play? They play Wolf Willow Haven, and that's like the sweetest 2-for-1 that you can ever have. Let me tell you. So yeah, pretty cool win condition. For land base, we play 2 copies of Fabled Passage to grab our basic lands here. This is especially good with the Clothis that we have in the sideboard. Sometimes you want to ramp off of the Clothis and you want to guarantee to have a land in the graveyard. Before you destroyed your opponent's lands, you can secure that with a Fabled Passage. So 3 copies of Crackground Pathway, Notbolt Slumber Mount. I love this card. This is like the small brother of the Waking the Trolls, because it does what Waking the Trolls does, kinda, but it does it immediately in a weaker instance, right? It's 7 mana. You lose a land, opponent loses a land, you get a 4/4. Waking the Trolls does a little bit more. Slumber Mount is like a very nice complement here to complete the Waking the Trolls and to make the Troll Stompy really work. The Troll Ponza Stompy. 4 copies of Rootbound Crag. We play a lot of like Mountain and Forest. Like, this is 7 plus 4 Stomping Grounds. This is 11. So you turn on the Rootbound Crag very reliably actually in this kind of deck, and that's very solid. Yeah, 4 Stomping Grounds. Like, we don't have to talk about that. Temple of Abandon, just a one-off. It's pretty cool. Like, especially turn 2, if you explore, then you're gonna play a land tapped anyways that you're not going to use in this turn, and so having a Scry is pretty solid, or putting down a Notbolt Slumber Mount also. Overall, with the spell lands, we count as I think 28. We count 28 lands with the spell lands, Shatterskull Smashing and Valakut Awakening, so that's pretty exciting stuff. Let's move on to the sideboard. We're playing 3 copies of Grafdigger's Cage against Goblins, against Chance Sacrifice, of course. 2 copies of Abrade in the side. Such a versatile spell. Like, I can't stop praising this card because there's so many matchups where you want this. From Chance Sacrifice over against artifact opponents or early creatures that you have to remove. Redain, for example. This deck has a problem against Redain because it slows down all of your payoffs. You have to abrade it, and this basically does the trick. We play 1 copy of Struggle Survive. So this is an inclusion I did recently because I had problems dealing with Corvold. The time Corvold comes down, you're gonna have at least 5 lands, or like or more. Like, and you have to be able to, like, even if they have a turn where they just sack 1 or 2 more things, like if it's a 7/7, you have to deal with it somehow. And Struggle does that job. Like, it's fine. And also you have Survive, which can shuffle the graveyard into the library. And so every deck that has like these graveyard cards mono black aggro, mono black vampires, where they have a lot of like recursive 1 and 2 drops. This card can really shine. Like, imagine if you just shoot down a Spawn of Mayhem with this, and next turn you're just gonna shuffle, and like all their threats are back in their deck. 1 copy of Cloth has got a Destiny, recursive Drain, and recursive Ramp also. So like, if you play against Control, this card is pretty strong. Like, usually it's hard for them to answer. This can drain for 10 damage, like, easily, if you slam this in the early turns against the Control deck. Also gets rid of the cards in the graveyard for Search for Counter, for example. And has a lot of other upsides, as against Junt Sacrifice, of course. Storm's Wrath obviously in against every creature deck. Like, if you play against a creature deck, we go up to 5 board wipes in the deck. Good against Angels, these kind of shenanigans. Against Elves, for example, we play 3 Anger of Gods in the main deck. Usually hitting 1 Anger against Elves is usually enough. Post Sideboard, we have 5 board wipes, and Elves is gonna be smashed. Well, not all the time, but you see my point. 3 copies of Shifting Ceratops, like, these kind of decks, they have a problem against counter magic. Let me say this real quick. So if you play against a counter magic deck, like Blue-White Control, for example, if you're on the playing game 1, it's gonna be fine. You can destroy their stuff. You can destroy their, if you manage to pull off some early land destruction and run them out of counter magic really quick, then Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, is gonna take over the game. If they're on the playing game 1 and you don't manage to find some Goblin Ruin Blasters or like get to stick a threat, this can get out of hand pretty quickly. If they counter all your relevant stuff and they jam Teferi, game's over, man. They're gonna draw into a counter spell every single turn. You just have 1 spell each turn. It's gonna be 1 5 mana plus spell and hard to double spell. Rough times. We have to have a strong sideboard against Control. And I think we do have that. We have 3 copies of Shifting Ceratops and 2 copies of Chandra Wake Inferno. Like, just imagine cutting all the Anger of the Gods and then what else? Maybe, yeah, one of the big payoff cards, and then you include 5 uncounterable threats. Chandra Wake Inferno, dude, that's just neck breaking for a Control deck. Especially if you are able to run them out of cast outs early enough. Like, if they cycle their cast outs and you be like, they cycled another cast out, man. So now they just have 2 left in the deck, and you have a Chandra Wake Inferno in hand. Like, that's gonna be a tough spot for them because they holding up counter magic. You slam it down, uptick. And then if they don't remove it immediately, you get the uptick 1 more time. And it's just basically the point where they have a lot of sweat on their faces. Okay, so last card we want to talk about is Elder Gargaroth. Against creature decks, this card is just so strong. This card does a lot. It doesn't do it all at the same time. So I like Elder Gargaroth. I like the design. I think it's still balanced. It's 5 mana 6/6. This is obviously very strong, especially in comparison to the older card designs. Like, the fact that you can decide and just do 1 thing at a time is like, this is not Euro. Like, Euro draws a card and gains 3. Gargaroth doesn't do that. Like, it either draws a card or you gain 3 lives, so you have to decide. So this design is a little bit more balanced, and I like it a little bit more than the Euro design especially. So enough for that now. So this is the list. Let's enjoy some gameplay. Play against number 61, Phase Inducer. Jesus, 61 is not a joke. We are going to play first for sure. That one's tricky. I guess we can keep it. I mean, it's turn 1 Awakening, turn 2 Shock into Smashing, play Mindstone. It's on the fence though. I mean, it has 3 lands. I mean, okay, let's go ahead and keep it. I mean, we have to find a green source before we have to crack this. I mean, it's just any land, and then on turn 4 we can crack the Fabled Passage for green. So I think it's fine. Turn 2 Mindstone, hopefully enough ramp. He plays Llanowar Elves. So I'm guessing this is Selesnya Company, but we can't be all too sure about that. Guess I'm playing a Mindstone. Like, there's also a line where I go Fabled Passage and pass, grab Forest, next turn Shock into Smashing and play Cultivate. But I guess opponents opening up on Llanowar Elves, we don't really have the time for that. There we go. Noise. I guess I can do both. I can Stomping Ground, play the Haven on either one of these. I think it doesn't really matter. And then we Cultivate. Because I could have gone for more green actually. We have the passage, so I don't think it really matters now. Next turn we can destroy a land already, but we are looking for some wipes actually, or like we want to ramp up to Ugin actually. Are they gonna grab something? The Mindstone it is. Sure, so that means we can only play Escape next turn. Already taking 5, so we have to hurry up. I don't think we can make it in time to Ugin actually. But we can find a wipe. It's like Anger of the Gods could be enough to stabilize here for now, and then... Oh well, we can play the Wake. Could play the Waking, so next turn we take 8 damage. Possibly more. I think it's Escape, because we can find... Yeah, nice. So we can find another ramp spell here. But no Ugin in there, so that's a problem. It's an actual problem. And they can't shock down any further, so let's play another Mindstone, pass. There's always the chance we snipe the land over elves and then they can't attack with the Lost Struck Beast anymore. Aspirant, if they have another Aspirant, okay, sure, then that's game. Alright, GG's. That was a quick one. So you want to bring in all the wipes, all the possible wipes. Maybe Nissa is a little bit awkward then. Can cut one Awakening the Trolls. It's really slow against creatures. Against creatures like the Awakening the Trolls is a little bit slow actually. Maybe a Gargaroth can come in. Abrade is maybe nice. Okay, so let's bring in 2 Abrades actually. And cut 1 Anger, so we can play 2 Anger, 2 Storm's Wrath. I think that's fine. Should be okay. We could also go ahead and cut the Chandra for the Nissa, but it's like 4 mana is basically turn 3 and we want to have some plays there, so let's go ahead and play it like this. Abrade is good for the Great Henge also, and for the Sky Ship, which they might play. Wow, that's a tough nut, man. Okay, so I keep the hand with the wipe. There's no ramp in there, but let's hope it's enough. Gotta be, right? Nice Liliana Planeswalker. Yeah, sure. As long as you make some land drops and turn 4 we wipe, turn 5 we escape. Sounds okay. Now we can find a Cultivate, that would be pretty sweet, I think. They're also slow, so that's good. Could shoot it, but let's wait. Keep up the braid and just hang out, chill. Dude. I want them to commit more into the Storm's Wrath for sure. They play land in the Lost Struck Beast. Redain. Okay. I want to get rid of that. Just now. It's a good spell against us. Could have gone ahead and Valakut Awakening like 1, 2, 3 maybe, like these 3. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I mean, Storm's Wrath is always gonna be nice, but we can ship those 2 for sure. And I'm debating whether or not I want to escape to the wilds also. I mean, drawing 3 is, I guess, good enough. Yep. That's okay. At least we get some ramp down. Like, we can ramp and stamp. Just pretty sweet. Okay, so let's tap this manually. So we don't get blown out or anything. Let's go Storm's Wrath. We want to find Ugin as soon as possible. Yasharn is no problem at all. And we could have waited as well, like, to make them commit more, but then we are already down to 8 and I'm not comfortable with that actually. So there's no chance we play the Surin Blaster here. Find Anger of Gods, okay. Good. I guess we cultivate. Okay, all basics down. Like, we don't have any bit more basics in the deck, which is a little bit problematic maybe. Because we still have basic land fetch in the deck, so there's 2 more. There's 1 more cultivate, and there's also the fabled passages, which are useless at this point, and that's no bueno. I guess this is it's just another escape, I guess. There's the Eugene. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but we have to, I guess, play Chandra. So let's go for Mindstone, Chandra. Kill the Yasharn. One more land is gonna be this one. And next turn Ugin comes down, but if they have collected company, it's already pretty close. Mr. Face Inducer. This deck plays around my board wipes especially good, like very well, because they have the 5 toughness Lost Rock Beasts. Hopefully not another Questing Beast, that would really be problematic. Like they could kill us also, if they have 1-1 into Questing Beast. Could be a game right here, but let's hope for the best. Doesn't seem like they have another Questing Beast and a 1-1. Like they would have already done it, I presume. Skyclaving the Chandra. Retain. Pass. So we can cast the Eugene. I can even go for this Explore as well, I think. Nice, a Storm's Wrath too, that's pretty solid. Can we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I can even go Mind Stone into Ugin, if I'm not mistaken. 3, 6, yeah, that's good. Alright, so Ugin takes care of their board. -3 we have to go. And we are quite the health total, man. We have 9 life, so I guess we kinda did it, I hope. Alright. Juicy Ugin. Alright, maybe I want to cut Waking the Trolls completely, and also the Ruin Blaster doesn't seem so amazing, like on the draw especially. Maybe we play Nissa then. Although, like the problem about Nissa is that with all the wipes, like we wipe away our own board here. Maybe Anger of the Gods can come in again. What are we doing on draw here? I guess maybe Chandra, like it can also minus and sweep mostly everything. Like the things that survive are like the Yasharn and Questing Beast. Yasharn, Questing Beast and Lovestruck Beast. That's a lot, right? I mean, we can go to 1 Chandra, Awaken Inferno as well, maybe. And then the Nissa is good to stabilize, actually. We can jam it pretty early. Maybe that's just better than the Chandra. Maybe Chandra is not that good. Also, Nissa lands survive the downtick of the Ugin. That's pretty strong. So let's go with 2 Ruin Blasters, like slight land disruption, but it's like on the draw against the beatdown creature deck, it's pretty likely that these cards are too bad and they don't matter too much. Also, the Awaken the Trolls is a little bit too slow. It's really strong, the effect is great, and also like they don't have a lot of lands, right? But it's so slow because you play it, kill a land, and then you still don't add to the board. Next turn, you get a land from them, you still don't add to the board, and then you add to the board. So I'm not sure. Maybe one of Vorinclex in this deck, and I think I'm gonna play 1 or 2 Vorinclex in this deck. It's like the Vorinclex is really strong with almost everything we got going on. If you play the Vorinclex, or we have the Vorinclex in play, and then we play the Awaken the Trolls, it's you kill the land, you get the land, which is like steal the land right now, and then the turn after, immediately you get the 4/4s. Also with Nissa, it's great, obviously, with all the Planeswalkers. Like with Ugin, you play Ugin, you ultimate Ugin. Ooh. Maybe this deck wants Vorinclex. It seems not too bad. It's another 6-drop though. It's hard to include this card, because we have just 1 red source right now for the Storm's Wrath, but I think it's just good enough to keep for now. If they have the Redain early, it could be problematic. So yeah, early Redain really wrecks his hand, honestly. No turn 1 play, and there is the Abrade, so what an important draw here actually. So let's play this tapped. Next turn we can decide whether or not we want to play the Mind Stone or hold up the Abrade, but I think it's rather the Mind Stone actually. We need the 2nd red source still. But Abrade helps, for sure. That's the kind of draw that we wanted to see. They still don't have a drop, so like maybe they kept the sand on the back of Collected Companies, which is very likely. We're just gonna go ahead and play the Mind Stone. Maybe the Skyclave Apparition, but you know, that's okay, right? The late game strongly favors us, so yeah. So, as foretold, right? Just do that. And we have another red source, so I think at this point we just play Forest Pass. I mean, does it really matter? I guess it does matter. I think I'm playing the Fabled Passage. I want to fetch the basics out of my deck. I mean, right now there's plenty of it, but it's like I got into a situation in game 1 where I was out of basics in my library, and I don't want that to happen, honestly. I'm keeping the Abrade. I mean, 2 damage is not the end of the world, and let's just collect the company. I don't want to draw a basic mountain. What do I want to draw, honestly? Maybe now I want to draw a Goblin Ruin Blaster. Gargaroth, something like that. Gargaroth, here we go. I guess we can play this tapped. Now we have a Braid up. Day Company, and depending on what's gonna happen, you might have to upgrade. Okay, so we will upgrade this if they don't have something like I mean, Identa Vanguard is pretty good. If they don't have something like a Great Henge, but they can't. Can they play the Great Henge? I think no. It's 9 mana, so they can't play the Great Henge. Huh. What am I going to do here? I think I'm gonna just hit the Redain down. So now we take 5. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I want to play Elder Gargaroth. That's great. So they go... Well, okay, so let's think about this real quick, because I don't think they even play the 1-3. I don't think they even play the 1-3 against my deck. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they have a problem with this Gargaroth here. Like if they play the 1-3, ooh, I'm gonna have a bad time, because I take what, like 5 plus 5. I go down to 3, and then Storm's Wrath kills me. Like if they have the 1-3, I lose. Oh, that's so good. And never have another Adanto. That's very nice. So now I can just yeah, I think I'm gonna Storm's Wrath, man. Yeah. This gotta be the play. They didn't pay for this? Maybe they just auto skip the turn? I think that's my game now. Do we want some life? Do we want a 3-3? Want to draw a card? Let's get some lands. Let's draw. Nice, a braid up. Perfect. I think this game is ours now. Very good, but I think opponent just gave it away. Perfect. Very nice. Win for us. I'm gonna take it. Against 61 Mythic. Pretty strong. I mean, the board wipes do hurt them a lot, right? They still hurt them. Like the Storm's Wrath still hurts them, although they have 5 power creeps. So happy to take that one away. Okay. What kind of Lotus deck is it though? Alright, that's a clean mulligan. At least that I know. Whew. Yeah, we have to find the ramp. I mean, we have to find the ramp, but I can't really mull this. I'm not sure. Like, what kind of Lotus deck is it? If it's Rogues, this hand is very bad. If it's Auras of Auras, this hand is also not the best. But Nissa into Ugin. So, okay, so let's come on, keep it around. With the Nissa, I guess I keep Forest over Mountain. But this doesn't look good, like right from the start. Oh my gosh, it's Auras of Auras. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. And we draw more 6-drops. Yeah, maybe it's a mulligan. Maybe the hand is a mulligan, but I'm not sure. It's like sometimes I have to. You kind of have to trust. Also in the variants of the deck, I think Kai's Ghost form on a Selfless Savior. I mean, I'm down with that, man. No problem about this play. And they don't have another land? Wait, we're gonna play? I guess they're in the stack with Core Spirit Dancers now. Holy shit. And they're playing all the auras. Man, I don't care at all about this. It's pretty great. So, more land for us. Still no plays. Yeah, we found another Nissa and another, like, a Waking and a Nissa without any ramp. Like, maybe we have to mulligan this the next time. But they are without a land too, so that's a bonus. As soon as they find the land though, yeah, you can take whatever, man. Like, they're gonna take the Chandra for sure, but you can take whatever, man. I think their hand is stacked with Core Spirit Dancers or Srams. Like, otherwise they don't keep a 1-lander. Sure, we go tap land, go. What kind of game is this? Like, if they don't find another, like, if they don't find a land here now. Okay, so they have a tap one is pretty okay still. That's still okay. And they spent all the auras on the Selfless Savior. That's actually okay. That's actually okay. So we go Pathway 4, maybe more green at this point, and then we play a Nissa. And then next turn we can just Waking the Trolls away a land. And if they don't find a land this turn, maybe they just play Spirit Dancer or something like that. And then by the time we find an Ugin, we are good to go. I guess that's my worst land at this point. Maybe that's all that glitters on the Savior also? I'm not sure what this is all about, man. They swing at me. I go down to 7. And now Srams come down. Okay, so they kept the hand on the back of this Sram, which is gonna die. Oh, okay. I mean, okay, well, this is actually a little bit difficult. 6, I think we can do everything. Yeah, we can do everything. I'm just trying to shoot the SRAM here. So let's try to shoot the SRAM, so they have to sacrifice the Savior and it's gonna come back, which is fine. And they let it happen. I guess I can't do that. Damn. Damn. Because we die if we do that. Yeah, I mean, in this case we just do this. I could also play another Nissa. I don't think that's worth it though. It's like Maya's Grasp. It's like, how do they kill me? Like, they need Maya's Grasp and another Maya's Grasp, and yeah, 2 Maya's Grasp could do the job for them, but ooh, Angelic Gift. No, that's actually problematic. Okay, so we kind of need to kill them now. I'm not sure how to do this. How do we beat that? Okay, so we go this and then uptick the Chandra. Can I find Ugin? Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so we pay 4. So they sack, make this indestructible, and this one comes back. So down to 3. Okay, so this is not that scary, I guess. First strike on the SRAM is good, and another 1/1 also. Come on, Eugene. There's the Eugene. Okay, so I think that's game then. 6. I think I have to. I think I just do it like this. I mean, it's game over anyway, right? So. Eugene for the win. Lols. Guess Cloth is quite good. The Angers are nice 2-for-1s. Waking the Trolls was a little bit slow again. Like, there are some matches where this really shines, but I don't know if this one is a matchup where this is really insane. Guess I'm bringing in the Braids, and I don't know, Storm's Wrath doesn't seem all that crazy. I just wanna ramp into Ugin. That's basically my goal. Okay, so let's cut the Waking on the draw. 1 or 2 Rune Blasters also, and let's just go for a little bit more interaction or like denial of stuff. The hand destruction is so sweet, but on the draw, it's against these kind of decks, like it's I don't know, man. Maybe second Cage could be okay. Chandra, these Storm's Wraths, like I don't think so, man. I think it's just maybe just a second Cage. I mean, for value we have a 5-mana draw 5, so that should be better than it's not better than their value game. Let's be real. Okay, so we have the Ugin already in hand, but I don't think we can keep this hand. It's way too slow. This is. We play Slumber Mount, they go Thoughtseize, they take the Smashing away, and we lose. Okay, this is way better. Do we have to say goodbye to the Eugene for now? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna ship the Mind Stone. Alright, no, we don't have enough lands for all these Explorers, so let's ship 1 Explorer. And what else? Yeah, I guess Eugene has to go for now. Sad as it sounds. I mean, usually that's game, right? If you play Eugene, it's game, but like this is already a decent setup. Yeah, they do rest. I mean, Ugin is not gonna survive anyway, but like let's see, like they take Escape to the Wilds almost for sure. They take Mind Stone. Okay. Let's play the basic mountain. Take the Mind Stone. Another land is good. So we go Valakut Stoneforge. And Strum with just 1 aura. Ah, it's the ghost form. Damn it. Okay. Guess you got it. But I'm going to play this. I think I still do it. I mean, I get rid of the stone form. What am I saying? Ghost form. I mean, there is some incentive to just wait for the cage to do this. No! That's mean, man. That's very mean. Turns out, if you have a mulligan to 5 and the Thought sees you twice, it's very bad for you. You still got a shot though. Not with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one more land, Ugin, GG. Right? That's the plan. And we can find escape to the wilds. Like at this point, the problem about these cages and stuff is like now if we draw a cage, we have 2 cages in the deck, so that's such a dead draw. It's like worse than dead. It's like I'm not sure what we can find here. Like this is looking extraordinarily bad. Not really anything we can do about this, I don't think. This seems way too fast. Okay, so yeah, now we can kill this at least. I cannot wait another turn, like they're just gonna kill me with the SRAM. And they again get it back with the Vigor. I mean, we're still putting up a fight, but Ghost Form on Lurus? No? Okay, so they still have the shrine. Sure. I was like, that puts you dead to so many things. Now I have to make a 2/2 to survive. 6 lands, like, what can I find? I mean, Nissa and to some shenanigans maybe. All it glitters. Sure, they go ahead and draw more cards. This is what I call overprotection, man. They're like overprotective for their Lurus. It's not good for Lurus self-confidence if you overprotect him. Yeah. Yeah, shit. I have to block because, yeah, and I guess this game is over. Yikes. I don't want to draw basic land. I don't know if there is a single card that keeps me alive. Cage? It is not, for sure. Maybe I should play only 1 cage. And now as we are on the play, I guess you want to screw their mana just a little bit more. How good is Anger really? Freaking Ghost Forms. Making a draw. So yeah, as I said, I think it's a little bit too slow. Like we won the game 1 back of Nissa. Also on the back of them keeping a strange 1-lander, man. I mean, the cage is so good. Like if you land it and it sticks, it's really good because it's like kind of the remedy against the Ghost Form. But okay, this hand looks okay. So let's keep it. Need more land. What we're gonna find? We're gonna find more land. The rest they're gonna take the Explorer. I bet my everything on the Explorer. Nice, we found a 2-mana ramp spell. That's so good. Now we can find a red source and they play like what? Like this land? Yeah, nice. Here we go. That's the red source. Okay, I guess taking them off of white mana is not a bad idea. I mean, I can cultivate. Next turn I can escape to the wilds. Like that would be my own developing my own game plan, or I can interact with the opponent. And I guess I want to interact now because now it still matters, right? Already played a land for turn, so cultivate also still is okay next turn. And am I attacking too? I guess I can. I think I'm not gonna block next turn. I'm not going to block the SRAM next turn because they're gonna have an aura on it. So the Mogi's Favor. And we managed to screw them on land, so this is great actually. This is very, very good. So let's cultivate. Also there's of course always the chance we draw untapped source and we can go immediately escape into the wilds. Demonic Vigor, like they still don't find the land. Okay, there it is. But it's not a white source, so that's great actually. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can go Chandra, down tick on the SRAM. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like they get back to hand, but they don't have a white source, and like this takes them off of drawing more cards. Sure, it goes back to hand, but now they can't draw cards anymore. Even if they have... oh my gosh, nice. Like, I hope for no duress here. But still, like, if they have the duress, we still have the Chandra. Like, they're... Nice! Got the W. On the back of what? Goblin fucking Ruin Blaster. Back into the numbers, my friends. Awesome. Wow, that's so good. Like, we have not a lot of time back left on the clock here. We have to reach 1,200 still. We have 30 hours, so now we're back into the numbers, which is great. We have 30 hours to go before the season ends to make the cut for top 1,200 to qualify for the Mythic Invitational qualifier. I'm sorry. And yeah, wish me good luck, guys. I hope we can make it. Okay, so I talked a lot about the Vorinclex, right? Let's see. Let's put one Vorinclex in the deck, and what are we cutting for it? Maybe it's just one wake. Maybe we have to cut one Waking the Trolls for the Vorinclex, and then play a game with it. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it happen. The Vorinclex dream. Alright, so we are going to play first for sure. That's actually sweet. So I will keep this hand, and I will hope for opponent doesn't play only forests. Like, if we play against elves with this, we're gonna have a bad time. But if it's anything else, turn 2 Mindstone, turn 3 Ruin Blaster. So like, if we can smash down a land every single turn in. So I guess opponent is still deciding something. Let's lead on with the tapped Slumber Mound. Guess it was a pretty obvious turn. Okay, so Watery Grave. Here we have a small decision to make, actually. I think it's the Mindstone that we want to play first. Sometimes that's Grixis, and then they might have an Abrade for the Mindstone. So maybe it's better to play Wolfwillow Haven, because like they're so unlikely to do something against this. And then we enchant just the forest here. I don't know, I think it's very marginal. Okay, nice. So let's get the train rolling. Ruin Blast after Ruin Blast. We're gonna play one of those every single turn. Watery Grave has to go. Just because if they have more drowned catacombs, they're not gonna get turned on by the Watery Grave. So this does really make a difference, actually. God, Ruin Blaster, I love you so much, dude. I love this card so much. No. Okay, explore. I think we just go in. Like, this is probably a counter spell. Like, that's a sword common. But like, they can counter Ruin Blaster, right? So they forced him to counter this Ruin Blaster. Like, that's a sword common. It's gonna hit the Ruin Blaster. I'm 100% sure. No, it's not. Then they're gonna draw 2 cards. Okay, so this is okay. Behold. Let's go bottom and find no land. Let's go. Bottom. Woo! There was no land in it, man. Okay, so next turn we ramp. Land, come on, land. No. Oh, if you found a land there, we're gonna go for it again. Like, that's so crazy, man. You like lands, opponent? Boom! Holy crap! What a sick game. Okay, so Dimir Control. Seems like we don't want Anger of the Gods, and we do like Chandra Torture Defiance. We can cut an Ugin in this matchup, I think. And like, we want to run all of those, I guess. What else do we cut, though? I'm not willing to cut the... Like, Vorinclex is gonna be fine, I think. Maybe it's just... it's one of those. Or maybe one Escape? Yeah, let's go ahead and cut one Escape to the Wilds. Dude, that game was so nice. Yeah, sweet. I'm definitely going to keep this. So we go turn 1... Stomping Ground, maybe? Let's see. I think it's a Stomping Ground. I don't know about this. Like, maybe we need it later. I don't know. Let's see if we draw more lands or not. Like, maybe we're gonna play a tap next turn. Okay. Let's go Mountain, Explore. Okay, so at this point I think it doesn't seem like we really need the Valakut Awakening. Like, every card is decent. Like, I'm not sure about the Cultivate. Like, maybe the Cultivate is off, but like everything else seems so good. And like, let them play a Narset here or something. Play tapped land. So now they're just gonna counter this Ruin Blaster, I think. This time they have it. This time they have this out coming. Okay, you got it. You got it, OP. We have another one. Ah, they thought he's the Chandra. That's bad. Maybe they thought he's the Ruin Blaster too. Could happen. Like, oh, they respect the Ruin Blaster here. And the Narset. So now that's kind of stinks, right? But we can. Oh, they whiffed. They whiffed on Narset. Okay, so maybe we just want to smashing it now. Okay, so this is difficult. Like what we could do is play the Mind Stone and put a smashing for 2 on the Narset. I don't dislike that actually. Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, if they find a Thoughtseize, this is so bad, man. But like if they don't find a Thoughtseize here. And like I want to lower the chance for the opponent to find a Thoughtseize. Like I want to jam this Chandra so badly, right? It's like, please no Thoughtseize, man. Come on. Let me resolve this Chandra and take it up. Yes. Here we go. Like I'm just gonna immediately do this. Ether Gust could happen, but it doesn't. So let's start getting busy. Oh, they don't even have a Shark Typhoon, man. They don't even have a Shark Typhoon. Tapped land. Ooh, we're gonna resolve this Ugin too. Say what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, let's just cultivate. Oh, I'm so excited. I have played a land, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can even sacrifice the Mind Stone. Okay, so we're not out of the woods. So now I will sacrifice this Mind Stone. They could have the Torrential Gearhulk and flashback the Sword Common. I don't know if I want to run this Ugin into that. Like, that's 6 lands. It just seems so likely that they have to flashback the Torrential Gearhulk anyways, right? So let's explore. Maybe they counter the explore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't draw a card. Damn, that was bad. Okay, so let's run out the Mind Stone and we can draw a card in their turn. Maybe they counter the Mind Stone here. They don't. Okay, let's see. I think they have to run out the Torrential Gearhulk here. Yeah, see? Like, luckily we don't jam the Ugin into that. So they can decide not to play it, right? And so it doesn't get exiled. Okay, so this is relevant. Problematic cards would be, please attack the Chandra. Okay, cool. Because they could have Raska's Contempt for the Chandra swing phase, and then we still have a chance to lose it here. It's like this Chandra is tanking a lot, man. Yeah, we sack the Mind Stone in their turn because we can't draw a card in our turn. Another Chandra, man. Ooh. Like, it's possible they have another Gearhulk here. Let's fetch. It is possible they have another Gearhulk. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So playing Ugin plays around Censor. I think I'm just going ahead and like I uptick one more time. Like I just go ahead and uptick more, I think. It's like I can kill the Gearhulk, then Chandra goes to 1 if they have Shark Typhoon or something. I think I just want to get these emblems down. And then I play Chandra, the small one. See if they have Gearhulk into another. Okay, so they have another Gearhulk, yeah. That was what I was afraid of. But now, like, they kill the Chandra, and then I have a decent chance to resolve this Ugin now in -6. And then with 4 Chandra emblems, I think we have him. It's still close though. That's a really bad sign, guys. This is a really bad sign. Yikes, okay, so this Ugin has to resolve, like, Ugin has to resolve, otherwise we die. Which is not entirely true. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this? I want to win this. I can downtick the Chandra to kill Torrential Gearhulk. Maybe I just play Ugin first. So let's play Ugin first and see what happens. Ugin resolves. Okay, this is even more interesting now. I can uptick the Chandra and just uptick the Ugin. Like, do they have any sort of life gain? I die. This is very close. This is very close. If I downtick Ugin and they flash something in, they didn't show Raska's Contempt. Like, if they had Raska's Contempt, they would have already done it. So in this case, I think I'm just going for the win. Okay, let's start with this. And then I just go for the win here, man. Like, Raska's Contempt, they didn't have it. Like, I don't know. If they have it now, I lose, but... Can they counter one of those? Yes! Nice! Okay, so we didn't get to show off the Vorinclex, but it was like... That was just the perfect game, man. Very nice. Yeah, it was a pretty close game actually in the end. Even a disallow could have won them the game, because they can counter one of the triggers of the Chandra emblem, I think. And then they can still win the game, but it's like pretty close stuff, and it's very narrow. Like, they need very specific 2 cards. Like counter triggered ability, or I have to have a Raska's Contempt, which they didn't have earlier, so they didn't show that. So that's why I felt pretty safe to do that. Pretty sweet deck. So like, yeah, still for now, I don't know if the Vorinclex, like, I didn't get to show it off, but it's like, I don't want to exaggerate now and play another one for this video today, because I think it's getting a little bit too long otherwise. But I could see this Vorinclex being pretty strong. I don't know if I want to cut the third Waking the Trolls for it though, because like, this is supposed to be sort of the theme or the meme of the deck, and so maybe some other card has to go. I'm not sure if you can cut a land and go down to 27 lands total. That could be a possibility. Maybe cut one Wolfwillow Haven or just one Cultivate maybe. That I could see is like, but that has to be tried errored out. So to be sure of that. For now, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great day. Have some good fun with Magic the Gathering. I am pleased to have you here on the Play TV, and stay tuned for upcoming stuff. Make sure to take part in the giveaway action, and yeah, see you guys. Goodbye. Thanks.